Someone trapped your family member and is doing this to their legs. It's not a rope you can see, not a chain you can touch, but a weight that presses down, slow and steady, like water pooling in a place it doesn't belong. Their legs, once quick to run, to dance, to chase a breeze, now move like they're asking permission from the ground. You hear it, don't you? A quiet creak, like a door that hasn't been opened in years, a sound that carries their struggle across the distance between you. It's the sound of something heavy sitting on their knees, their ankles, their feet, making every step feel like a question they're afraid to answer. The room they're in looks soft, like a place you'd rest. The walls are painted in colors that promise peace, but the peace is a trick. The air is thick, like it's been told to stay still, wrapping around their legs like a scarf too tight. They sit in a chair that feels like a friend but acts like a guard, holding them in place with whispers of "Stay, don't move, it's safer here." Their feet tap the floor, a small rebellion, a signal their body sends to say, "This isn't right." Their knees bend, not to pray, but to brace against a weight they didn't choose. You feel it too, from wherever you are, a tug in your chest, a memory of how they used to walk, light and sure, like the ground was theirs to claim. This weight didn't fall from the sky. Someone placed it there, carefully, like setting a trap with a smile. They didn't use metal or locks, nothing you could point to and say, "That's the problem." They used words that sound like care but feel like walls. They used promises that shine like coins but weigh like stones. They used moments when your family member was tired, when saying yes felt easier than saying no. And now, the weight sits, heavy as a shadow that doesn't need light to grow, making their legs forget the rhythm of a path they used to love. You know this person, the one you love. You know the way their steps used to sing, the way their laugh used to bounce off walls and spill into rooms. Now their steps are quiet, careful, like they're walking on a floor that might crack. Their laugh stops at the doorway, like it's too heavy to travel. You see it in their eyes, a flicker of the person they were before the weight settled in. That flicker is your map. It's your key. It's the sign that the trap isn't as strong as it seems, that the weight isn't as permanent as it pretends. The one who set this trap is clever. They don't stand in the room, holding the weight in place. They don't need to. They built it from small things, moments that added up like coins in a jar. They said, "You need to do this." They said, "This is how it's always been." They said, "Don't make trouble." Each time your family member nodded, the weight grew, like dust piling on a shelf no one cleans. The trap maker doesn't carry chains. They carry lists, favors, smiles that don't reach their eyes. They count on your loved one believing the weight is normal, that it's just life, just the way things are. But you see through it. You hear the creak in their legs, the pause in their steps, the way their hands grip the arms of the chair like they're holding on to something slipping away. You know the difference between their real smile and the one they wear to keep the peace. That knowing is your strength. It's the first step toward breaking the trap. You don't need to be loud or fierce. You just need to be there, to show up, to say with your presence, "I see you, and this isn't you." Close your eyes for a moment. Picture them before the weight. Picture them running, not fast, but free, their legs moving like they trusted the ground. Picture them standing tall, not checking if it's okay to stand. Picture their laugh, the kind that filled a room and made the air feel alive. That version of them is still there, waiting, like a pair of shoes by the door, ready to be slipped on again. The weight wants them to forget those shoes exist. But you remember. And your memory is a light that the trap can't stand. The room they're in has a clock, ticking too loud, like it's counting down to something they can't name. The table holds papers, maybe a bill, maybe a note, maybe a list that feels like a leash. The chair is soft, but it's the kind of soft that pulls you in and holds you too long, like a bed you didn't mean to stay in. Your family member sits there, rubbing their knees, telling themselves it's just a long day, just a tired moment, just the weather. But their legs know better. Their feet fidget, their calves tighten, sending signals the weight wants them to ignore. Those signals are for you. You don't need a hammer to break this trap. You don't need to kick down the door. You need something smaller, something truer, your voice, your hand, your choice to walk into the room. The weight doesn't like company. It grows in the quiet, in the alone, in the moments when they think no one sees. But you see. And seeing is the first cut. When you step into their space, whether it's a real room or the space between your heart and theirs, the air shifts. The clock slows. The papers on the table look less like chains and more like paper. The chair becomes just a chair. Start with their name. Say it the way you did when you were young, when the world felt big and problems felt small. That name carries a sound they've forgotten, a sound that says, "You're enough." Say it softly, but say it like you mean it. The weight squirms when you do. It loosens, like a knot that wasn't tied as tightly as it thought. Your voice is a key, and you don't need to force it. You just need to turn it, gentle and sure, with love. The weight has a story it tells. It says, "Stay still, and I'll go away." It says, "Do what I say, and I'll be kind." But it's a liar. The more they stay still, the heavier it gets. The more they agree, the tighter it wraps. It's not a friend. It's a toll collector, standing at the edge of their life, demanding payment for a path they didn't choose. You hear it in the way their legs creak when they stand, in the way they pause before moving, like they're asking the floor for permission. The weight wants them to believe it's part of them, like muscle or bone. But it's not. It's a guest that's overstayed. You're here to help them send it away. Not with shouting or fighting, but with small, steady steps. The first step is seeing, and you've done that. You've seen the way their steps hesitate, the way their knees bend under a load they didn't ask for. The second step is speaking. Say something true. Say, "I see you." Say, "You don't have to carry this alone." Say, "Let's move together." Those words are like sunlight through a crack in the wall. They don't break the room, but they change it. The trapmaker doesn't want you to speak. They want quiet. They want you to think this is too big, too heavy, too complicated for you to touch. But they're wrong. You don't need to lift the whole weight. You just need to loosen one thread at a time. Each thread is a moment, a truth, a choice. One thread is the moment you remind them of a day they felt free, a day their legs carried them without question. Another thread is the moment you sit with them, listening to what their body is saying. Another thread is the moment you walk beside them, even if it's just to the window, and let them feel what it's like to move without the weight pulling them back. The room has a window, doesn't it? It's small, maybe stuck, but it's there. The weight doesn't like windows. It likes closed doors, heavy curtains, air that stays still. So open the window. Not with your hands, but with your presence. Bring a story, a laugh, a question that doesn't need an answer right away. Bring a memory of a time when their legs didn't ache, when their steps didn't pause. The window opens when they remember who they are without the weight. It opens when they hear their name spoken with love. It opens when you stand next to them and say, "We're not staying here." The weight has tools it uses to stay in place. It uses hurry, making them feel like they have to decide now, agree now, obey now. It uses quiet, making them think they shouldn't tell anyone, shouldn't make waves. It uses alone, making them believe no one else understands, no one else cares. But you're here to break those tools. You bring slowness, letting them take their time to feel the ground under their feet. You bring sharing, letting them tell the story of the weight to someone who listens without judging. You bring together, letting them feel your hand on their arm, your voice in their ear, your steps matching theirs. The weight will push back. It always does. It will whisper, "You're making this worse." It will say, "They're fine, leave it alone." It will try to make you doubt the creak you heard, the pause you saw, the signal in their feet. But you know what you heard. You know what you saw. You know the difference between their real laugh and the one they use to keep the peace. Trust that knowing. It's your guide. It's your path. It's the way out of the room and into a place where their legs can move again. The person you love is stronger than the weight. Their legs were made to walk paths they choose, not paths someone else paved. Their feet were made to find rhythm, not to stay still. Their knees were made to bend for joy, not for pressure. You're here to remind them of that. You're here to walk with them until they remember. You don't need to carry them. You just need to walk beside them, step by step, until the weight starts to slip, until the threads start to snap, until their legs feel like theirs again. Let's talk about the trap maker. They're not a giant. They're not a shadow that covers the sky. They're just someone who learned to build weights instead of doors. They're someone who thinks control is easier than trust. They're someone who benefits when your family member stays still, stays quiet, stays small. They might not even know they're doing it. They might think they're helping, think they're right, think they're keeping things safe. But their safe is your loved one's heavy. Their help is your loved one's pause. Their right is your loved one's trap. You don't need to fight them. Fighting is heavy too. It pulls you down, makes you forget your own steps. Instead, see them clearly. See the way they use hurry to keep questions away. See the way they use quiet to keep stories hidden. See the way they use alone to keep help at a distance. Seeing them clearly is enough. It's like turning on a lamp in a room that's been dark too long. The weight doesn't like light. It shrinks. It squirms. It starts to look smaller than it felt. Now picture the moment the weight starts to lift. It's not a shout or a crash. It's quiet, like the sound of a leaf falling, like the sound of a breath finally leaving the chest. It's the moment your family member stands without checking the floor first. It's the moment they laugh and the laugh reaches the walls. It's the moment they look at you and their eyes say, "I remember." That moment is close. It's waiting for your next step, your next word, your next choice to show up. The weight will try one last trick. It will offer a deal, a softer weight, a prettier chain. It will say, "Stay here, but I'll make it comfortable." It will say, "You don't need to move, I'll bring you what you need." But comfort isn't freedom. A soft chain is still a chain. A pretty weight is still heavy. Don't take the deal. Don't let your loved one take it either. Say, "We're moving." Say, "We're choosing." Say, "We're leaving." Those words are like scissors, cutting the threads one by one. When the weight starts to lift, the room changes. The clock doesn't tick so loud. The papers on the table are just papers, not promises. The chair is just a chair, not a guard. The air moves again, like it remembered it has somewhere to go. Your family member will feel it too. Their legs will shift, just a little at first, like they're testing the ground. Their knees will bend, like they're remembering how to stand tall. Their feet will tap, like they're finding a rhythm they thought was lost. And you'll be there, walking beside them, matching their steps, holding the light. You'll feel it too. You'll feel the air change, like a window you didn't know was there just opened. You'll feel your own legs lighten, like you were carrying a piece of their weight without knowing it. You'll feel your steps get steadier, like the ground is saying, "Good job, keep going." And you will. Because love doesn't stop at the door. Love walks through. Love keeps moving. Love carries a key it never loses. The trapmaker will notice. They'll knock, they'll call, they'll send a note that sounds like a favor but feels like a demand. They'll say, "You owe me." They'll say, "This is how it's always been." They'll say, "Don't make trouble." But you'll answer with a different sound. You'll answer with the sound of steps on a path you chose. You'll answer with the sound of a laugh that doesn't stop at the door. You'll answer with the sound of a window staying open, no matter how hard they try to close it. The weight will leave a mark, but not a chain. It will leave a story, but not a cage. The mark is the way your family member pauses sometimes, like they're checking if the weight is still there. The story is the way they stand anyway, the way they walk anyway, the way they laugh anyway. You'll carry that story together, like a photo you both love, like a song you both hum without thinking. The story will say, "We were heavy once, but we moved." The story will say, "We were quiet once, but we spoke." The story will say, "We were alone once, but we found each other." The path out of the room isn't straight, but it's there. It's made of small steps, small truths, small moments of courage. It's the moment you say, "I'm here." It's the moment they say, "I know." It's the moment you both step outside and the air feels like a friend. The path doesn't need to be fast. It doesn't need to be loud. It just needs to be yours. And it is. Because you're walking it together. The weight will try to come back. It's stubborn like that. It will knock when you're tired, when the day feels long, when the air feels thick again. But you'll know its tricks now. You'll know its voice, the way it promises comfort but delivers chains. You'll know how to answer. You'll open the window wider. You'll call their name louder. You'll walk a little farther, even if it's just to the end of the street. And the weight will shrink, because it can't keep up with love that moves. The person you love will start to remember. They'll remember how their legs feel when they're free to move. They'll remember how their feet feel when they're walking a path they chose. They'll remember how their knees feel when they're bending for joy, not pressure. And you'll remember too. You'll remember how strong you are when you show up. You'll remember how light the air can be when you speak. You'll remember how big the world is when you walk together. The room is different now. The clock ticks like a friend, not a judge. The papers on the table are just papers, not demands. The chair is just a chair, not a trap. The air moves like it's happy to be there. And your family member moves too, like they're happy to be there. Their legs lift, their feet step, their knees bend with a rhythm that's theirs again. And you're there, walking beside them, carrying the key you always had. The trapmaker will fade, like a song you don't sing anymore. They'll become a story you tell, not a shadow you carry. The story will be short, because it's not about them. It's about you, and the person you love, and the way you found the window, opened it, and stepped through. It's about the way the air changed, the way the ground softened, the way the path appeared. It's about the way you kept walking, even when the weight tried to pull you back. You'll keep something from this, like a stone in your pocket, to remind you. The stone will say, "You saw the weight." It will say, "You spoke the truth." It will say, "You moved together." And when you hold it, you'll feel the ground under your feet, the air in your lungs, the love in your steps. You'll feel the weight that's gone, and the freedom that stayed. The days after the weight lifts are softer, like mornings after a storm. The air doesn't push anymore, it waits, like a friend holding a door open. Your family member moves differently now. Not fast, not loud, but sure. Their steps have a rhythm, like they're remembering a song they used to know. You hear it too, in the way they laugh, in the way they look at the sky, in the way they stand without checking the floor. That rhythm is your map now. It's the sound of freedom learning to walk. The room where the weight lived isn't empty. It's changed. The chair is just a chair, not a guard. The table holds cups now, not lists. The clock ticks like it's keeping time for a dance, not a debt. You both sit there sometimes, but not because you have to. You sit because you choose to, because the room is yours again. The air moves when you move, and the windows stay open because you say so. You'll find new paths now, small ones at first. The path to the corner store, where the clerk knows your name. The path to the park, where the bench waits like it's been saving your spot. The path to the kitchen, where the kettle hums like it's happy you're there. Each path is a promise, not a debt. Each step is a choice, not a demand. And each time you walk together, the weight gets smaller, the air gets lighter, the world gets bigger. The trapmaker might try to come back. They might knock, they might call, they might send a note that sounds like a favor. But you know their tricks now. You know the sound of their promises, the weight of their words. You'll answer with your own sound, the sound of steps on a path you chose. You'll answer with the sound of a laugh that doesn't stop at the door. You'll answer with the sound of a window staying open, no matter how hard they try to close it. The path doesn't end. It curves, it climbs, it rests, but it doesn't end. It's yours, and theirs, and it's waiting for you every time you choose to move. So keep choosing. Keep walking. Keep speaking. The weight is small now, and getting smaller. The air is light now, and getting lighter. The world is big now, and getting bigger. And you're both here, moving together, with love as your key and the ground as your friend. The days stretch out now, like a road that knows no hurry. Each morning feels like a gift, not a task. The sunlight doesn't demand anything, it just sits there, waiting for you to notice. Your family member notices too. Their legs don't creak as much, don't pause as long. They walk to the window without thinking, like it's the most natural thing. And it is. Because the weight is losing its voice, its grip, its story. Your story is taking over, filling the air with steps, with breaths, with choices. You'll start to see the world differently too. The street outside isn't just a street, it's a canvas for your steps. The trees aren't just trees, they're witnesses to your courage. The sky isn't just sky, it's a mirror for your hope. You and your family member walk these streets together, not fast, but steady, like you're writing a new chapter with every step. The ground holds you both, like it's proud to be part of the story. The trapmaker's voice is faint now, like a radio left on in another room. They might try to turn up the volume, send a letter, make a call, offer a new deal wrapped in shiny paper. But you've heard that song before. You know the lyrics don't match the tune. You'll turn the radio off, not with anger, but with calm. You'll close the door, not with a slam, but with a click. You'll walk away, not running, but steady, with your family member beside you, their legs moving like they remember who they are. You'll keep a small ritual to mark this change. Maybe it's a walk at dusk, when the light is soft and the air is cool. Maybe it's a cup of tea shared in silence, the kind of silence that feels like a friend. Maybe it's a note you write together, a few words that say, "We moved, we chose, we're free." That ritual is your anchor, your reminder, your promise to keep going. It's the way you tell the weight, you don't live here anymore. The room where it all started is just a room now. The chair sits quietly, no longer a guard. The table holds stories, not debts. The clock keeps time for living, not owing. You both pass through that room sometimes, but you don't stay long. There are paths outside, waiting to be walked. There are windows outside, waiting to be opened. There are laughs outside, waiting to be heard. And your family members' legs are ready, not heavy, not hesitant, but ready. You'll find new ways to move together. Maybe it's a walk to the market, where the smells of bread and fruit remind you both of life. Maybe it's a dance in the living room, clumsy and offbeat, but yours. Maybe it's a run to the park, not to race, but to feel the ground under your feet. Each movement is a victory, not loud, but real. Each step is a story, not long, but true. And each time you move together, the weight shrinks a little more, the air grows a little lighter, the world feels a little bigger. The trapmaker's shadow is small now, like a pebble you can kick aside. Their words don't carry the same weight anymore. They might try to speak, to offer a new deal, a new promise, a new chain. But you'll see it for what it is, a trick that's lost its shine. You'll answer with your steps, your laughs, your choices. You'll answer with the way your family members' legs move now, free and sure, like they've remembered their own rhythm. The path you're on is alive. It changes with you, grows with you, breathes with you. It's not just a path, it's a promise. It's the promise of mornings that feel like beginnings, of evenings that feel like rest, of days that feel like yours. You and your family member walk it together, not rushing, not slowing, but steady, with love as your guide and the ground as your friend. You'll keep something from this, something small, like a feather you find on the path. The feather will say, "You saw the weight." It will say, "You spoke the truth." It will say, "You moved together." And when you hold it, you'll feel the air in your lungs, the ground under your feet, the love in your steps. You'll feel the weight that's gone, and the freedom that stayed. The world is waiting for you both. It's waiting in the small things, the sound of a kettle boiling, the feel of grass under your feet, the taste of a laugh shared over dinner. It's waiting in the big things, the choices you make, the paths you walk, the life you build together. The weight is small now, and getting smaller. The air is light now, and getting lighter. The world is big now, and getting bigger. And you're both here, moving together, with love as your key and the ground as your friend. The days keep coming, each one a little brighter, a little softer. Your family members' legs don't just move now, they tell stories. Each step is a sentence, each walk is a paragraph, each path is a chapter. You're writing this book together, and it's a good one. It's not perfect, but it's real. It's not finished, but it's yours. And it's growing, step by step, breath by breath, choice by choice. You'll find new rituals to keep the weight away. Maybe it's a walk at sunrise, when the world feels new. Maybe it's a moment by the window, watching the sky change. Maybe it's a song you both sing, off-key but happy. These rituals are your shield, your light, your promise to keep moving. They're the way you tell the weight, you don't belong here. They're the way you tell the trapmaker, we've outgrown you. They're the way you tell each other, we're free. The room is just a room now, but it's more than that too. It's a reminder of where you started, of what you overcame, of who you are together. You pass through it sometimes, but you don't linger. There are too many paths outside, too many windows to open, too many laughs to share. Your family members' legs are strong now, not with muscle, but with choice. Their steps are sure now, not with speed, but with love. And you're there, walking beside them, matching their rhythm, holding the light. The Trapmaker is a memory now, a story you tell to remind yourselves how far you've come. Their voice is faint, their promises empty, their weight gone. You don't hate them. You don't need to. Hate is heavy, and you've chosen light. You've chosen steps. You've chosen love. And love is enough to carry you both, through every path, every morning, every moment. The path is yours now, and it's waiting. It's waiting in the small steps, the quiet laughs, the open windows. It's waiting in the way your family members' legs move now, free and sure, like they've remembered who they are. It's waiting in the way you walk together, not fast, not slow, but steady, with love as your guide and the ground as your friend. Keep walking. Keep choosing. Keep moving. The weight is gone, and the world is yours. The mornings after this feel like they're made of something new. The light doesn't just fall through the window, it dances, like it's happy to be there. Your family member wakes with a stretch, not a sigh. Their legs don't creak anymore, they hum, like they're ready for the day. You notice it in the way they step to the kitchen, not checking the floor, not pausing at the door. Their feet find the ground like it's an old friend, and the ground answers back, steady and sure. You start to build new habits together, small ones that feel big. Maybe it's a walk to the corner, where the air smells like bread from the bakery. Maybe it's a moment on the porch, watching the world wake up. Maybe it's a laugh over nothing, just because you can. These habits are your way of saying, we're here, and we're free. They're your way of telling the weight, you don't get to come back. They're your way of telling each other, we've got this. The Trapmaker's shadow is barely there now, like a smudge on a window you can wipe away with one swipe. They might try to send a message, a call, a note that sounds like a favor but feels like a hook. But you know better. You've heard their words before, felt their weight, seen their tricks. You'll answer with your steps, your laughs, your choices. You'll answer with the way your family members' legs move now, light and sure, like they've remembered their own song. You'll keep a small thing to mark this victory, like a leaf you find on the path. The leaf will say, we saw the trap. It will say, we spoke the truth. It will say, we moved together. And when you hold it, you'll feel the air in your lungs, the ground under your feet, the love in your steps. You'll feel the weight that's gone, and the freedom that stayed. The path keeps growing, like a river finding new bends. It's not just a path, it's a story, a promise, a life. It's the way you walk to the market, laughing over a spilled bag of apples. It's the way you sit by the window, sharing a cup of tea that tastes like rest. It's the way you stand together, not checking for permission, not waiting for approval. The path is yours, and it's waiting for every step, every laugh, every choice. The world feels different now, doesn't it? The streets are wider, the sky is brighter, the air is lighter. Your family members' legs are part of that world, moving through it like they belong. And they do. They belong to the paths, the mornings, the moments you share. They belong to the laughs, the steps, the choices you make together. And you belong there too, walking beside them, holding the light, carrying the love. The weight is a memory now, a story you tell to remind yourselves how strong you are. It's not about the trapmaker, not about the chair, not about the room. It's about you, and your family member, and the way you chose to move. It's about the window you opened, the path you walked, the freedom you found. It's about the way your love was bigger than the weight, stronger than the trap, louder than the lies. Keep walking. Keep choosing. Keep moving. The path is yours, and it's waiting. The air is light, and it's waiting. The world is big, and it's waiting. And you're both here, together, with love as your key and the ground as your friend. The weight is gone, and the freedom is yours. Keep it. Hold it. Walk it. The story isn't over, but it's yours to tell, step by step, breath by breath, moment by moment.